Hey everybody, good morning again. And as you can see, some of the snow has melted. That's half the fun, is watching my yard. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Rita Hickman. I'm a body-mind expert, I'm a shiatsu massage therapist, and I have been coaching women as part of my career and passion for over 10 years. I don't keep track of those sorts of dates. But professionally being paid the whole 9 yards, not just kind of on the side, but as a job. And I've got two of my best tips for coaching anyone through virtually anything. I've helped women with fibromyalgia who've struggled with it for years, or women who've had scar tissue from decades ago from when they were a kid. Hey, Elta. Or I've worked with women who are taking care of their parents, maybe Alzheimer's or dementia, or when they're in jobs or careers which are sucking the life out of them. You know, these are the women that I work with after they've come to me with hip replacements and knee replacements and trying to recover from these things. And being married to, or being in relationship with people who are anywhere from on the spectrum, from the autism spectrum, and so are emotionally unavailable, to people who are living, either their spouse or their husband or their child have narcissistic sorts of things going on. So my specialty over the years has been being able to work with women who have, oh, here we are again. So I've got two tips for how to coach women through just about anything, and they've come to me through every sort of state of mind, whether it's protective and detached and in denial, or whether it's in complete breakdown and needing help. But either way, they're the coolest women I've ever found, and it's been my privilege to help them walk through and navigate the stones in the road. So what are these two tips? Tip number one is check your ego at the door. And we've all heard that one before. But in reality, we tend to look around at people with problems and think, wow, thank God it's not me, or oh my God, what if that becomes me? What am I gonna do? So we tend to kind of respond or overreact when people come to us with a problem. Hey, Barbara. And when they do that, we want to give advice, we want to fix it, we want to somehow feel secure in our own self. But in reality, here's a little bit of a paradigm shift. Everyone that comes to you is a whole, functioning, amazing human being who have been working on this problem by themselves for a long time. Maybe they've gone to Western medicine doctors or healers or energy healers or distance healers, or maybe they've taken energy medicine themselves in classes and workshops, and we don't really know that about this person. We don't know that. And so you have to check your ego at the door and realize that they are fully functioning, and your job is to support them and witness what they're going through. And so when people come to me for advice, I tend to give very little advice, unlike on my morning live streams. Instead, I hold a safe space where people can really express what they're thinking and feeling, and start to move the energy that's through them, rather than shoving it down, which is what we tend to do, and distract ourselves and minimize it and deny it. When you are someone that people feel safe with, that people feel that you're not trying to be above them or judge them or give them advice or tell them what to do or bully them. When people recognize that, and I'm glad Barbara's here this morning too. Good morning, Barbara. When people find someone who does that for them, who holds a safe space for them to express how they feel, that does the majority of the work. Because people have got so many answers inside of them, they've got the tools. The struggle that they usually have is in implementing it and putting it into place. The other struggle that they have is giving themselves permission to really navigate their way through it, which comes my second really powerful coaching tip, which is following my curiosity. I've never had a hip replacement. I've never had a knee replacement. I've never had fibromyalgia. I've never had to care for a parent who has dementia. I've never had to do any number of sundry and human things that a lot of other women have gone through. Yet I'm still able to coach them through it. And the reason being is because in part of this holding this non-judgmental space is I allow myself to be curious about what is going on with them, about who they are, about what they've tried, about things that have worked, about what they want to try, about what their big problems and rocks are, how, the things that they want to go for, the very next step. My job is to be curious and help these women uncover what they've been denying, what they've been pushing aside, and that they haven't felt safe enough to really talk to other people about, because you know how people are. They're judgy and they give advice and they get insecure, and unless you know what you're doing, you completely screw everything up because people come with so many challenges, and when we assume that they're not whole and they're not functioning, then we tend to make it worse and drive them further underground. So if you really want to help people and women, for me, women especially, and you want to help them through any situation that they're through, and it could be men or your children or anybody, the two main things to focus on are trusting that they are your equal, that they are neither above nor below you, and that they've got the answers and that they can figure this out, having that faith in them and that knowingness that they can achieve this. And how do I know this? Hey, Robin, I know this because I've watched women come from every sort of circumstance and think that there's no way they can get from A to F, to get where they want to go. And yet they do, time after time after time. When people are given the support and the love and the nurturing and the curiosity to dig deeper, someone asking them questions and saying, what was that like? Wow, that must have been difficult. Or how did you handle that? Or what did you do the last time that you did this? What it does is it gets people out of that fight or flight place where all we do is spin around and around and around in the same thoughts. And it gets us back into our rational mind, where us as fully complete whole human beings generally have the ability to figure out our problems with a little bit of support and care. And that's what a coach's job is. Sure, a coach gives advice, and the more experience you have about life, the more difficult things that you've walked through and challenges that you've embraced and sorted out, of course, the wiser you are and the better advice you give. But in reality, coaching is about loving someone through their pain and stress. And not only just that fuzzy bunny love, but also the a little bit harder sort of love. I ask women to text me when they've completed their things. I ask them if they can commit to things. I ask them if they can do this. And it's not pushy, and it's not mean or harsh. It comes from that very caring, loving place of wanting them to achieve the goals that they have set for themselves. We all need someone to walk next to us. We all need to know that we've got a friend or a partner or someone at least holding our hands. Have you ever walked down something where you felt like you were just a little bit out of balance? Hey, Anthony. But if you just touched, just with the barest of touches on the wall, it gave you that stability. Hey, Leslie. Or maybe just the barest of touches on a friend's shoulder or their hand or arm. Suddenly, you had all of the balance in the world. And me as the coach, me as the person walking next to them, I'm not holding them up. I'm not pushing them up. I'm having faith that if I stand next to them and I'm really present with them, and I believe in them, and I ask them those curious, tough questions and challenge them a little bit, they're able to walk down that hall to hit those big milestones almost every single time, no matter how stressed out or in fight or flight they are. Because when you can get people out of that limbic system and back into the rational brain, you know what? They've got so many answers. Answers that you would never be able to figure out just because you aren't them. You aren't their life. And so there's no way you can ever truly give good advice to somebody because it's their life, it's their experience they're having. All you can do is say, hey, when I've lived through this, or when I've walked through somebody else, or this is what I've achieved, this is what worked for me. And just being that support and having that love is what gets you over those big rocks, okay? So here is your homework assignment for today. The assignment is to find one person and take about 3 to 5 minutes and just be curious about them. Don't get into the whole, I'm better than you, or I want to avoid you, or how can I protect myself, or now I have to be charming and amazing. Don't get caught up in that. Instead, look at them as a real human being who's capable and smart and functional and able. Look at them that way and be curious. Ask them sincerely about their day, about their mom, about their job, about how they're handling it, about what they're doing, about what's really helped. Hey, Vanessa, ask them this. Be curious. And most people will be happy to share that with you and grateful that they found somebody. You know, it reminds me of people going through grief. Many times when someone is going through grief, the people around them ignore or avoid the topic. When in reality, a person in grief, many times, they want to remember. They want someone to join them, to sit next to them. Hey, Cheryl and Tony, nice to see you. They want somebody to be present with them while they're going through their experience. And really, that's all we need to do. That's all we need to be for other people, is someone present who challenges them, who lets them know that they're safe, and who is curious enough about them that they can sort through and navigate all those rocks in the road. And once someone gets the trick of how to grow and evolve as a person, they've got those tools for life. It's awesome. They not only get through their current problem, but they're able to handle all the rest of the problems that show up, whether it's brain cancer, whether it's diabetes, whether it's death, whether it's memories surfacing for them, all of those things. All you have to do is walk next to them, love them, and be curious. So find one person you're going to do that for today, where you're curious and you love them, and just see how it turns out. Get a little bit of experience with it. And then let me know how it goes. You know, type in the comments, share what happened, share your insights and epiphanies. I'd love to hear about them. And in the meantime, I hope you stay warm, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to like, love, share, comment on other people's comments, and be a great part of this wonderful group of cool human beings. Have a great day. Bye.